Hi, I'm Allison for Leading Edge Dog Show Academy, and today, as part of our equipment series, we're going to go over some items that you may have, you may not have, or you may not have thought of to keep your dog cool during the summer for dog shows or at home or wherever you might be. So let's dive in. So kind of off the top, a cooler, like a portable cooler is great. How big or small the cooler is kind of depends on how heavy is the thing you want to haul around. Do you have help hauling it around? Are you going to put it on a little cart, a trailer, a dolly, or is it just you by yourself and you have to take your dog and all your equipment to ringside or to the lakeside or to wherever you're going and haul a cooler that is probably going to be full of ice and some kind of water, right? How much water, that also depends on you. So a portable cooler that you can haul around is important. Here, we have a Yeti cooler. This is fairly portable, but there are ones that are much smaller. There are coolers that are much larger, but you want something to keep your ice, your cold towels, etc., in. So just remember, they're heavy and you have to haul it around, right? So then we like to use shammies. So you can get shammies, for cleaning your car, etc. They usually also sell them at dog shows. Shammies are great because they hold the water without getting your dog wet, right? So if you're at ringside and you want your dog to stand on it, you want to wrap it around your dog's neck, hold it on their belly, or just like even have it along their top line, to help keep them cool. Shammies are great because they're wet, they're holding water, they hold their coolness, the cool factor a little bit longer. You can just like keep them, boom, in the cooler, in the ice, and then wring it out, and they're not going to be dripping wet or as heavy as a towel. Clearly, if you have only a towel, that is fine as well. So yeah, we really love shammies. They come in different sizes and shapes. You can even fold one and keep it around your own neck, or you can have a bigger one on your dog's body and maybe another one wrapped around your dog's neck as well. So they are fantastic. Any kind of ice pack, right? Ice packs are also great. You can have an ice pack down. You can have a thin towel or chamois over it and have your dog laying on that as well. You can put them in your crate. You can just even have your dog standing with their front feet or back feet on it, either on a wet towel or not at ringside. Also very, very useful. We also like a wet towel, right? So just a plain wet towel that you have gotten wet in cold water, wrung out. I like to keep it in my cooler full of ice so it is as cold as possible. And then I like to have a couple water bottles. So I'm gonna have one with water, plain water that I can just like spray all over my dog, spray the feet of my dog, spray their belly, depending on how much hair your dog has, right? So if you're going into the show ring, you might just want to be spraying the belly, the pads of the feet. A smooth coated dog, you can get away with spraying them all over. So it depends on how much coat your dog has and whether that coat can be damp or wet when they get in the ring. Again, I'm going to keep those in my cooler so they stay nice and cold. I like to also have a smaller spray bottle that I make sure has really pure water in it, so that I can spray that in my dog's mouth. And, we're going to have another tutorial on how to keep your dog cool at the dog show, but having an extra spray bottle that you can spray in their mouth is also very useful. A portable fan. Now, there's many different types of portable fans. There's some that actually are made to attach to the front of your dog's crate, which are very useful. There's battery powered fans. There's fans like a bladeless fan like this one, and it's small, and this one is USB rechargeable, so you can keep it charged up like in your hotel room or at night, and then you have a fan that you can take to ringside, and it can be blowing on your dog, blowing up at your dog's face. It can be blowing on your dog's belly, wherever you need it to keep your dog nice and cool. So that is another good option. Fans are always fantastic. They do make different kinds of cooling beds. So either beds that are specifically made with little slits that you can slide your ice packs in, or beds that are made out of material that soak up water and stay cool because of the material that they have in them. They swell up and that material stays cooler, longer than a typical towel or a chamois. I personally prefer the kind that you can slide the ice packs in because I know how cold the ice packs are and that they're going to stay that way. But you have to have a renewable source for being able to make that ice, right? So on top of that, things that we maybe haven't talked about are shade tarps, reflective tarps, screens for your car windows that you can put in there to reflect the light back, bigger fans for in your car, even, you know, having those little coolers that will blow cold air on your dog as well. There's lots of different things out there for that. Also, what kind of crate is your dog going to be in? Are you going to have a wire crate for the summertime? How is that going to affect their coat? And is a wire crate better? Because, you know, with a hard-sided crate, hard-sided crates also make shade, right? So if the sun is beating in and it hits, you know, the wire crate, it's just going to be hitting your dog, where even though you don't want the sun directly hitting your hard-sided crate, for a little while, it's going to provide a little bit of protection, right? So kind of think about all of those things. During the summer, if at all possible, if I know I'm going to a hot environment or on a longer road trip, I'm going to try to keep my dog in a crate that's, you know, bigger than what they would typically be in, because then there's more room for you to have a cool spot, and, you know, maybe a spot that doesn't have an ice pack on it if your dog is getting too cool. Positioning your dog's crate in the car is also something to think about. And just like getting your dog to ringside, you can use umbrellas, like big parasols and umbrellas at ringside to get your dog there. A lot of dog shows are going to have shade, but you'd be surprised how many outdoor dog shows we go to where there isn't shade, right? And how are you going to deal with that? Some of them, maybe you can park close enough that you can have a pop-up tent, right? A pop-up tent with shaded sides, etc., are great, but some shows you're going to be far away from that. And how are you going to deal with that? You have to be able to deal with all of these factors to keep your dogs as cool as possible. So these are just some of the things out there that we recommend that are kind of like low threshold, right? Most of these things you probably have around your house in one way, shape, or form. You know, maybe the smaller portable fan or rechargeable or battery operated fan is kind of the only specialty item, but the rest of the items are like super low threshold for you to be able to get, and just really easy, you know, whether you're going to a show, whether you're just taking your dog to the cottage, to the lake, wherever it might be. Remember that we really want you to keep your dogs cool during the summer. I hope these helped. And I just want you to stay tuned, because we're going to have another tutorial. And in that tutorial, I'm just going to kind of walk you through a day at a hot dog show and the different things that I might do to keep my dog as cool as possible for competition during one of those shows. So stay tuned for that. Hey everyone, thanks for watching today's video. Please leave us a comment below, let us know what you thought, and as well, if you have any ideas for future content that you'd like to see, you can put them down there as well. You can head over to leadingedgedogshow.academy.com, where you can find our free, premium, and subscription content, and we'd love to have you join us there. As well, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you never miss another free video tutorial. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.